All right, I just wanted to make a really quick video on my KJV collection, except for one in here. One is a New King James. I'll explain that a little bit, but I don't want this to go too long. If you actually want to know, I would comment. I'll happily answer. But I'm just going to go through these. This will be a little clustered because I'm just going to wing it. So anyway, I'll start from my first KJV Bible that I liked. Let me put it to you that way. I've had paper ones, and I wouldn't call this super fancy. I'm a big fan of nice Bibles. Like I got a Schuler here. I got a Thomas Nelson here. One of their Sovereign. I'll get to that. No spoiler alerts, but they're nice. This thing I got off Amazon for probably like $50, and it is also similar to this guy in its layout. It's a Allen. Sorry. Golly, good start. It's a Thomas Nelson, and it's part of their Sovereign line. So it's got that style in there. If you know Bibles, you know. It's nice. Anyway, so this was like my first KJV that I actually would read. I like it. And then I ended up getting, for fun, my first, what you call a premium Bible. And this is a Schuler. This is their Black Pearl. This thing is awesome. It's freaking beautiful. Just like the weight there, you can see it's pretty floppy. Like you can just open it up and it just is open. Nice thick paper. And in this one, I forget the names, I apologize. Treveris maybe? They have all those fancy names. In short, it's a single column. There's really nothing at the bottom to go off of if you want to look things up. The verses are on the side. And this is designed just for reading. In hindsight, I do like this a lot. I wish I had gotten their normal, I think it's called the Canterbury, which is set up more like the Bible I'm going to talk about next. But in short, this is really nice if you just want to sit down and read. I'll be honest, I don't do that enough. So as much as I love this Bible, I think it's beautiful. I love that this is black. It's harder to pick up on camera, but it's got a silver. Like, it looks black, but I mean, even if you compare it to, let's take a real black, you can kind of see it on camera there. How it's got more of a shine. It looks silvery, and obviously there's that blue gilt, but it also has silver. I'm not really sure how they did it. Like, if I can get the light on there right, please. Anyway, I can't really get the reflect right, but like right there, it's silver. You can kind of see it. It's really beautiful. It's a looker. I like this thing a lot. It was my first premium Bible. I do wish I had gotten it in the Canterbury model that looks more like this Bible. So this has become my kind of go-to, if I'm honest. So this is a Thomas Nelson, part of their Sovereign collection. So it's got a very known layout that people know and love, but it's part of their premium collection. So this thing, like the Schuler, has really nice paper. You can see it lays very flat and very nice, like even if you're near the beginning. And this is my go-to, honestly. I love the Schuler. I love the full yap on the Schuler. I'm going to bring it back because it's cool. I love the full yap and how it kind of goes over the pages like that. I just think that's cool. Oh, it's such a good Bible. Thank you, Schuler. Anyway, but this is my go-to. I just find it's... I ironically like the 2-column layout a little better. I find it's easier for me to just read. Maybe I'm just a walnut. Actually, I know I'm a walnut, but when it's the full single column, I kind of just get lost. I know that sounds stupid, but I actually have a harder time reading that, like, just open and losing my place. I like all these little breakdowns. I like having these ability to go and look things up and how it's connected to other parts of Scripture. But it feels just as quality as the Schuler. A little more basic. Looks just like that first Bible I got. But the feel in hand, just how it is. This is pretty new, as you can tell. Like, it's brand spanking new, honestly. It's like months old. Big fan of this. Oh, get one. They're like $100 on Christian Books or whatever. ChristianBooks.com. This I was given... it's a little beat up. This is really cool. It's a 1611, and I don't know, some kind of collection that Zondervan, Sorry, I cannot speak today apparently. And it's OG. It's really fun. I look through this sometimes. I'll be honest, I don't use this for any kind of study or just reading, but I just think it's cool. The history, just the layout, everything about it. It's really fun, but I won't go on that one too much. I think this is really fun and cool. I'll be real, I don't really read it too much. Look how I even got it. It's kind of gross. I had to really clean this thing off, but it was a free gift. I think that's a pretty cool gift. All right. Ugh. This is my little pocket travel. So this is a little Nelson here. Look at that. This thing's pretty cool. It's tiny. This is what I take on trips. I definitely need glasses for this bad boy, but I love this little guy. It's like a little quality Bible. It's something crazy, of course, but I mean, it's real leather, bonded leather, and it's small. Throw that in your pocket. I've had another Bible I kind of preferred. It was like a paperback KJV, slightly bigger, but I can literally put this in my back pocket, almost like a really big wallet. This is my travel Bible. Like when I go flying or whatever, I'll probably just bring this. I don't really want to take one of my premium Bibles on certain trips just because I don't want to get beat up when I got that little guy. And then last but not least, this is the New King James. I know a lot of KJV only people. I get the argument, I guess, but it's not me. This is also a Sovereign collection, but it's similar to like my first one. I think this is fake leather, but nice layout, bigger print. And I use this New King James Bible so I can read alongside my KJV. And I like having multiple translations. The year of 2026, I am going through KJV, New King James, and the New Living Translation, which I've never had before. So that's my new readable, more readable versions of the Bible. I think the Thought for Thought Bible as well. They're not my preferred. Clearly, I have all these KJVs. I do like certain parts, like the Psalms, the Proverbs, because those are originally songs, and I think there's something poetic about it, you know. I still usually just go with these, but I like having them all, kind of get my brain thinking in other ways. I know a lot of people disagree with that idea, but I don't care. So I do carry the New King James, and I like to read it alongside. Sometimes I'll read something that Jesus says, and let's say the Sermon on the Mount, which I guess it's a bad example because I know that one. But the point is, if it comes across a couple words or something I just clearly don't know, they're not in English anymore for me. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I can have this just ready. Turn over and be like, oh, okay, go back to that and be like, that makes a lot of sense. I knew the Bible pretty well. I've had an ESV most of my life. I've switched to KJV and obviously New King James, but I still have some ESVs. But the point is, I knew the Bible pretty well, so I don't have that issue too much. But again, the other day, I wish I could remember, I read an Old Testament. It was in the proverb. I literally read it like 6 times, and I had no clue what I was reading. So I literally said out loud, "What?" Anyway, big fan of the KJVs. Let me bring these back. One last look. This is if I could start over, I'd get the Schuler again, but I'd get it in the Canterbury style, which is similar to this layout. But this Bible right here is just, oh my gosh, it's my favorite. It just looks beautiful. Anyway, I just like when things are done well, you know. And then there's my OG King James. I don't really touch that much, sadly. And those old school ones. But yeah, it's my little King James version. Those are the ones I use the most. Just brought this one out for history, but I do have a ton of paper ones around in my car, just kind of thrown around just in case. But yeah, there you go. This was way longer than I thought. It's almost 10 minutes. Should I just keep it going so YouTube pays me? Nah. You guys have a blessed day.